nation mourns for the president. October the 26th, 1979, late autumn. The people of Korea mourn for their late President Park Chung-hee. The President's son, Ji-man, a cadet of the Korean Military Academy, and two daughters, Kun-hee and Kun-young, were the first to pay homage to the late President at the altar prepared at the Blue House, the presidential residence. People from different fields offered their condolences to the late President. Foreign condolence delegates, including the United States Secretary of State Cyrus Vance and Chip Carter, second son of President Jimmy Carter, also paid tribute to the late Korean president. President Park's death stunned the nation with shock and grief. Mourners formed long queues at the 1,700 altars installed across the country. Korean diplomatic missions abroad also set up a total of 112 incense-burning altars to receive mourners. The government of the Republic of Korea decided to hold a state funeral for the late President Park Chung-hee. November the 3rd, 1979. The hearse-moving ceremony was observed at the courtyard of the Blue House. The body of the late president left the Blue House, where he had lived for 16 years. The procession headed for the Capitol Plaza, where the first state funeral service since the establishment of the Korean government was to be held. 100 cadets from the military, naval, and air force academies escorted the presidential hearse. As the procession passed the main gate of the Blue House, guns were fired in 62 salvos in a salute to the 62 years of his life. Arrived at the Capitol Plaza in the presence of over 2,300 domestic and foreign dignitaries, including foreign delegations from 47 countries. President Jae-gyu The funeral committee's chairman posthumously conferred the nation's highest medal, the Order of National Foundation Merit, Republic of Korea emblem, on the late chief executive. He then said, "Now we renew our determination to further strengthen the groundwork of our country and resolutely continue national construction, upholding your will." President Park Chung-hee was born in 1917 at Sunsan County, North Gyeongsang Province, of a poor farm family. For 3 years from 1937 he taught in a primary school and then began service in the army. Inaugurated as the 5th President of Korea in December 1963, he began to build the nation. While implementing 4 consecutive 5-year economic development plans, he visited almost every construction site geared to the industrialization and modernization of the country. He turned a backward agricultural country into an industrialized nation on the threshold of economic takeoff into a fast-developing advanced state with heavy and chemical industries. His 2 most important tasks were to build the nation through industrialization and the promotion of exports. The export figure, which remained at $30 million in the early 1960s, reached $15.5 billion 18 years later, and the per capita GNP grew from $90 to $1,300 in the same period. He led the spiritual enlightenment of the nation by advocating and practicing the spirit of diligence, self-help and cooperation through what the Koreans call the Semaul Undong, New Community Movement. To the young, he emphasized allegiance to the country and filial piety to the parents, offering opportunities for further studies to young workers. He urged the discovery of spiritual supports in the legacies of Korean culture and history, and promoted the preservation of historic sites and relics for the present and future generations of the country. In the light of confrontation against the North Korean communists, he built the defense industry, which now turns out modern weaponry, and which in turn helped to expand the machine industry. He often inspected military dugouts in forward areas, encouraging the hard-working soldiers. In the midst of a changing international situation, he maintained close ties with many countries of the world through active diplomacy, contributing to the promotion of friendship among nations and the settlement of peace on the Korean Peninsula.
Kun-young offered chrysanthemum blossoms and burned incense at the altar, paying tribute to their father. The members of the funeral committee, and then the late president's relatives presented flowers before the altar. They were followed by foreign condolence delegates, foreign diplomats, and ranking domestic and foreign notables. Kim Jae-gyu, Salvation Army commander, a Protestant service. On behalf of foreign delegations, Mr. Nobusuke Kishi, former Premier of Japan, and Mrs. Imelda Marcos, the Philippine First Lady, laid a tribute to flowers. The coffin of the late president, covered with the national flag, was lowered into the tomb by
covered by the stone lid with a carving of the name of the late president. And then finally, 7 covering stones. Now the 3 bereaved children shoveled earth upon the coffin. Stone with engravings of the late president's brief personal history was placed on the lower part of the casket, and the tomb was covered with earth. At 3 p.m. the burial ceremony was over. Shock to every Korean, and yet throughout the people maintained stability and a serious purpose. People displayed a strong sense of duty, quietly abiding by law and order. Every Korean continued his endeavors to build the nation and the economy. The economic trend of the country showed practically no adverse effect. The whole nation demonstrated its sense of unity. for a new political development. Koreans remain continually alert in guarding their national territory from any possible outside aggression. A month after President Park Chung-hee's shocking death, Korean mourners still form a long queue in front of his grave, paying tribute to his achievements and resolving to create an even brighter future.